The biggest thing that holds us back as entrepreneurs isn't what you think. It's not lack of money or investment, though, let's be honest, that can be tough. It's not lack of knowledge, connection, strategy, or tactics. All of those things can have big impacts on your business, to be sure. But those aren't what are preventing you from moving forward and seeing real progress in your business. Okay, after going through my own journey with this, and after talking with literally hundreds of entrepreneurs, I have realized that for so many of us, what holds us back is challenge from our past, trauma, and the way those experiences impacted our behavior, our feelings of self-worth, our confidence, and our commitment. And you might not view it as trauma, but a lot of us have been through incredibly difficult experiences, loss, divorce, toxic relationships, tough childhoods, health challenges, a million other things that even if you don't recognize it as trauma, it has created a traumatic response within you, and it has taught you to behave in a way that doesn't serve you in the long term. Okay, so if you're an entrepreneur who knows that you're capable of more, but feels like you're always spinning your wheels, struggling to get ahead, keep watching. We're going to talk about how you can spot this in yourself and some really simple methods you can use to start moving forward. Hi, I'm Kasey Jones, and I am a thought leadership and growth coach to entrepreneurs who've been through hard things. I help them turn pain into purpose and transform struggle into strength. If you'd like to learn how to own your story to grow your business and become a powerful industry leader, make sure you hit the button to subscribe and the bell to get notified every single time I drop a new video showing you how. And if you're ready to join a community of resilient entrepreneurs learning to transform struggle into strength, pain into purpose, to become powerful leaders in their industry, click the link below and join my Facebook group. It's amazing. Oftentimes, look, we don't know that we are survivors of trauma because we don't recognize that the experiences we faced created a traumatic response within us, okay? Often, we believe that trauma is only the kind of experience that causes PTSD, right? So violence, life and death kind of trauma, single event kind of trauma. But more nuanced pain over an extended period of time, like chronic health struggles, toxic relationships, infertility issues, bullying, neglect as a child, all of that can create a trauma response in many of us. And these results can have devastating effects on our behavior and the way we view the world. And let me be clear, I am not a trauma expert. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I have gone through my own trauma. And I have recognized how it impacted me as an entrepreneur and the practices that I was able to adopt to help move beyond it. But I want to be clear that if you are in crisis mode, there is no better resource than seeking professional help with a licensed and trained mental health professional. Now, let's talk through some of the ways that trauma can impact us as an entrepreneur. If you're struggling with fear, self-doubt, or insecurity that holds you back from pursuing your goals, this could be trauma. Sometimes it means that you struggle to pick a direction for your business and wind up shifting direction constantly because committing to something takes trust in yourself and to make the decision and stick with it. Okay? It might also be that you're a perfectionist and you're reluctant to put content or products out into the world because you feel they must be absolutely perfect to be worthy. You might be a people pleaser, saying yes to absolutely everything and everyone until you're constantly spread thin and overwhelmed with all you have to do. And sometimes it means that you are hyper self-reliant, never asking for help or even leveraging the help that people offer you. You struggle to trust that others will do it or even that it's okay that you don't do it. If any of this sounds familiar, it might be because you've gone through a painful experience in your past and you've adopted a trauma response to the life and world around you. It can take a lot of time and effort to heal from these experiences, but there are some ways that you can help yourself become more aware of them. And that's the first step to moving forward. And truly, it really does all come down to mindset, to moving past that mental block of I'm not worthy or I can't trust other people. Okay. We're often taught to believe that, I don't know, mindset is this ephemeral thing. It's hard to grasp. It kind of comes and goes. It's sort of at its own whim. But really, it's just a habit. Okay. And like, no, habits aren't easy to change, but they are simple to change. And there's a quote that I love that kind of blew my mind. It's this idea that a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. So if you have a negative belief about yourself or your life, it's time to just simply build a practice of replacing those negative thoughts with positive ones. Okay. I love Mel Robbins, and I love this quote that she has where she says, change doesn't require motivation, it requires discipline. Okay, so what can you do to start to develop the discipline to start moving your life forward in a new direction? Okay, let's start with your morning routine. So, and actually, before I even get there, let's talk a little bit about why I think about morning and nighttime routines. The hardest part about starting new habits, and especially when it's investing in yourself, there's always an excuse about why you need to do something else. But a morning routine, if you get up just a few minutes earlier, it's pretty tough to say that you can't use that time for yourself, or that there's somebody else clamoring for your attention at that time. And yeah, it means getting up a little bit earlier, but it's doable. Okay. So let's talk about this morning routine. Do you wake up in the morning and immediately start looking through social media, reading the news, or checking your email? What that is doing is that is immediately putting you in reaction mode. It is letting somebody else dictate how you feel and what you think about. And so what if tomorrow you simply didn't? And instead you got up, you drank a big glass of water, you brushed your teeth, and you sat down to meditate, even if it was for only 5 minutes. Another thing you can do, and frankly, this is what I do. Once I get up, I get distracted, I get going, and it's really hard for me to meditate after that. So what I do while I am still in bed, I put my AirPods in my ears, I sit up in bed while my boyfriend sleeps next to me, and I meditate for 15 minutes. It's the way I start every morning, and it is a time for me to get centered, get connected, and start the day off on a positive note. So what could you do to start each day on a positive note? On a note that fueled you, your mind, your positivity, your energy. And throughout the day, what could you do to keep yourself positive, to keep thinking good thoughts? Okay, you could set a reminder to take 5 minutes out during lunch. You could schedule time for a walk where you listen to a positive nonfiction book, or even just some upbeat tunes that make you feel good, that make you shake your booty while you're walking. Okay. Do you fuel your body with healthy, unprocessed whole foods? Do you bite into a big apple? Do you drink enough water? Do you get enough sleep every single night? As you go through your day, try to be aware of the things that you do that make you feel positive about yourself and your life, and the things that drain you, drain your mind and your heart of energy. How can you do more of things that fall into that first column, and how can you do less of the things that fall into that second column? Every time you do something that brings you to a negative place, try to catch yourself. Just stop. Take a moment and redirect your attention to something more positive. It's not going to happen overnight. But every single time you replace a negative thought with a positive one, you're going to build important momentum and start just feeling a little bit better about yourself and about your life. Okay? Give it a shot and see how it feels. And one thing I want to be clear about this, the idea is not to change your entire life overnight. It's to do one thing really, really small, one tiny little step in the right direction, feel good about it, do it consistently, and then add a little bit more. That compound effect, when you improve 1% every single day, by the time you get to the end of the year, I think it's that you've improved yourself 27 times over. So a little bit every day really does add up. A little bit every day really builds momentum. So focus on something small, build that confidence, remind yourself that you can do it and that you are worth it. And see how it feels. See how it changes yourself and see how it changes your life. And if you're ready to learn how you can transform your struggle into strength, to become the industry leader that you dream of being, that you know you can be, click the link below and join my Entrepreneurs with Grit Facebook group. And if you thought this video was helpful at all, please do me a huge favor, hit the like button and share in the comments what was the most valuable insight that you learned.